What's up, everybody? Joe White here. We're going to talk a little bit about Raw today. Um, 1640 PWPR, facebook.com/1640 PWPR. Um, Raw was crazy last night. I have a lot to talk about as far as Raw goes. Opening segment with Paul Heyman coming out was really good. The whole Seth Rollins deal, coming out and, the Suplex City bit and everything like that, everything that's been culminating here in the last few weeks. It's been really good, actually. I know I sound as if I'm just brushing it off, but the story here has been good. Um, you didn't beat him legit for the title. You didn't even you're the one that got pinned. Or you're the one that got the pinfall over Rollins. You didn't pin me to take my belt. You won because of a damn loophole in a contract. So when we finally get one-on-one, I'm going to take you out. And I'm going to hurt you. I am going to do what nobody else has been able to do the last, let's see, March, April, May, June, 4 months. We've had to sit through your crap for 4 months. We've had to sit there and watch you weasel your way into your spot. Now I'm going to take you out of your spot. It was brilliantly done. A couple things I will say about the last part of the show. I did like the whole flipping up the table to reveal the axe handle underneath. That was pretty cool. Um, Getting Kane out of the way by breaking his leg was cool because that's WWE's official word is that he's suffered a broken leg. So he's taken out J&J. He's taken out Kane. Triple H has said he's not going to interfere. But so now it looks like it will be Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins, one-on-one, no help, for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at Battleground this Sunday. Going to get to my predictions for Battleground here later in the week when I do News Surge Live, where I recap everything here. But this may even be a part of the new Surge Live episode. I haven't decided yet. I have a problem with... Not a problem. I will say this. Paul Heyman can't be touched on the mic. He's absolute gold on that mic, week in, week out, day in, day out. Every time he's got a mic in his hand, it's like he's got the Midas touch and the Midas tongue. Turns everything to gold. I would have done it differently, though. He came out there at the end and goes, "We're going to do what these people have been asking you to do, or asking us to do, what they've been begging for. And we're going to take you down to Suplex City," pretty much is what he said. But I would have been like, you know what? In a time where people like vigilante justice, and in a time where people are wanting to go off on the rails so much, where you're going to go to Suplex City this week. I'm going to take you there this Sunday. And I'm going to drag you into the public square of Suplex City. And we're going to be your judge. We're going to be your jury. And after you've been tried, after you've been weighed, after you've been measured, after you've been found wanting, the people are going to gather. And the people are going to chant, "Suplex City." And the people are going to witness a public execution of the WWE Champion. The people are going to witness the public execution of Seth Rollins. We're going to gather in the town square of Suplex City, and I, as the mayor, as dubbed by the executioner, Brock Lesnar, we're going to witness him tearing you limb from limb. We're going to witness him ripping the yellow stripe off of your back. We're going to humiliate you in public. We're going to decimate you in public. And then we're going to take that WWE title away from you in public, in front of all the citizens of Suplex City. And then our one true ruler will reign supreme. He could have done something like that. I'm not saying that's the best way to go. WWE probably wouldn't allow that in the PG world today. Because it's like, you're like they used to hang people in the old days in the town square. We're going to gather you up and we're going to gather around. Hell, WWE is even going to sell tickets for it. Vince McMahon's going to make money off of your execution this Sunday. It should have been like that, in my opinion. Would have been great. Um, so the big elephant, the pink elephant, the vibrant, wonderful pink elephant in the room is the divas, the NXT women. Okay, they don't like to be called divas down there, and I agree. Divas. I agree with Josh Matthews. He did an interview a while back talking about how the TNA division calls them knockouts, and even that is outdated. That's more outdated than a diva is. But why can't it be just the women's division? Hey, we're bringing the women out here to wrestle. You know, they're gonna knock your socks off just as much as the men do. So don't go to the bathroom during their match. Stay in your seat and watch. You know, WWE's job should be, or their goal should be, to give the janitor his easiest night of the week working at that arena. Because he shouldn't have any toilets to clean. Nobody should be getting up from their seats in that arena to go use the bathroom because they don't want to. Oh my God, I gotta hold it because I want to sit here and watch this match. That should be their goal. So the women came out last night and they had Charlotte, Sasha Banks, and um, Becky Lynch debut. Good job by all of them, given the way they were booked. I'll just say that the way they were booked, however, sucks. Why do you need Stephanie McMahon to come out and give them the rub? Why do you need Stephanie McMahon to go? Oh, okay, this won't get over. What are their? This won't get over unless we put a McMahon stamp on it. You could have came out there and had Naomi and Tamina versus Team Bella, okay? And then through the match, through the crowd, had Paige, Charlotte, and Sasha Banks, and maybe even Bailey come out there and just decimate everybody and lay waste. But no, they did it the whole, we got to have three teams of three, and Becky has got to go with, the Becky and Charlotte's got to go with Paige, but yet Sasha Banks doesn't fit her mold, which I can see why, because she is a fucking heel. For those who do watch NXT, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for her to flip-flop. But then Sasha's got to be aligned with Naomi and Tamina, and which really doesn't fit the character mold of those two. And then nobody joins the Bella Twins with Alicia Fox, which Alicia Fox looked smoking last night. That's all I'm going to say. Alicia Fox looked damn good last night. But they all had a big brawl. The NXT divas came in and stood out. You had Becky with the armbar. You had Sasha hitting her move, and then with the Charlotte hitting the figure four bridge. So you had all three NXT divas standing tall there with submission holds, and the crowd. Kudos to that Atlanta crowd last night, especially the people in the front row opposite the camera who were on all the time. Oh my God, they ate that shit up, and rightfully so. That as well they should. Now what they do going from here, I'm going to predict to you within 2 months, by the next season of Total Divas, Sasha Banks is going to be on Total Divas. I can see that now, just the way she acts in the ring, the way she dresses or whatever. I was a little disappointed that she did not come out with the NXT Women's title last night. Kind of put that belt over a little bit, but then again, given the way it was booked and the brawl and everything, I could see why she didn't. A lot of people are asking, why didn't they bring up Bayley? Well, I love Bayley. I love me some Bayley. She's a hot chick. I like the character. She can work her ass off. However, the character does not fit in with what they were trying to convey last night. It makes no sense to have, okay, well, here's Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks coming out there like a boss. And I love how all three girls got to do their NXT ring entrances at Raw. It was beautiful. The crowd knew it was coming too, so that was awesome. But it makes no sense to go, we're going to beef up the women's division and then have a girl like Bayley come out and start hugging everybody in the crowd. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit the message they were trying to convey last night. Sorry, Bayley. I love you to death, I love your character, actually. I think it fits in with the PG mold of WWE with the kids and everything, but it's just not the message that they were trying to convey last night. It's not badass. Well, Joe, the in ring work can speak for itself. It makes no sense. You might as well have her be the female John Cena. It's not going to work with the message that they were trying to convey last night. That's why they didn't bring her in. I don't think it was because she's too green. I don't think it was because she was not can't work, because she can work and she's been there almost as long as everybody else, but it didn't fit with what they were trying to do. That's why they didn't bring her up. Sorry. Got my Monopoly cup. Yeah. Anyway. The John Cena U.S. title picture match, man, that was so good. The match was gold. Even John Cena versus Rusev was good. I'll put over your work, John Cena. But what I won't put over is you sitting at commentary. And I know this was Vince feeding you lines, but they made John Cena. John Cena to me was such a fucking heel last night. Because he was doing heel tactics. John Cena was a heel last night. And let me explain. He's sitting there the whole time on commentary going, I defend my title. He's putting himself over. He's putting him, it's me, my, this title, my title, blah, blah, my reign, blah, blah, blah. All you need is an opportunity. I gave these guys an opportunity. I'm giving them an opportunity that they didn't have before. Me, blah, 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 make a wish, whatever. He was such a heel last night. He was such a fucking prick. All these guys, I gave these guys an opportunity. My title reign is based on giving people opportunity. I'm putting these guys over. I'm doing this. I'm making these guys. It was heel work. Very subtle, but to me, that's being a heel. He's so conceited. I'm doing this. It was me. This title is about prestige. I know I could lose this belt at any moment, but I go out there and fight every night. I'm putting this belt over. It's exactly what Jay Lethal was doing, only a little bit less asshole-ish. I made the title. The title didn't make me. Yes, it's a prestigious title, whatever, but I'm making it so people can fight for it. I'm putting these people over. They're having these damn ball-busting matches thanks to me and me giving them the opportunity. It was heel work, and I liked it actually a little bit. It pissed me off. I was going to come on here and rant about what a fucking asshole John Cena is, but the more I thought about it, it was like, is he turning heel? Is that kind of what it is? I know it's not what WWE wants it to be, but to me he came off as an arrogant, self-righteous prick last night. What are we supposed to do, John? Get down on our knees and bow down to you? Thank you, John Cena. Thank you for giving Kevin Owens a shot, John Cena. Thank you for giving a good match with Cesaro. No, fuck you. That's a heel. Guys, it's coming. They're subtly leading up to it. And if I were them, WWE, if you're watching this, go with this. Have him be that arrogant prick. I've been around for 10 years. This place is what it is thanks to me. I am the face of the WWE. These people are getting opportunities thanks to me. All these kids are getting Make-A-Wishes because of me. It's all about me. I made the title. The title didn't make me. It's brilliant. They're stealing it right from Jay Lethal and Ring of Honor. They could so run with it like that. He doesn't have to go all Ric Flair arrogant prick like Jay Lethal did, but subtlety. Kill him with kindness. It's so good. You have it right there in the palms of your hands, WWE. Don't you got something with that. Read online the other day about how a Make-A-Wish kid thanked John Cena. I don't care. That does not belong on a wrestling news site, in my opinion. Unless they're going to play it into him turning, Hulk Hogan did, Hulk Hogan played it into the heel turn. I did everything for the charities, but I also did everything for the money. If you're not going to mold it like that, I don't care how many make-a-wishes you do, John Cena. It does not tap into the fact that your matches up until the last 3 weeks have sucked for the last 10 years. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to come back, take a little break here. When we come back, I'm going to talk a little bit more about Raw, but then I'm going to get into some TNA. I'm on a crusade, and that crusade reaches day 2 when we come back. Stay with us. That's right, 1640 PWPR, facebook.com/1640 PWPR. Finishing up my Raw thoughts here. Everything was good except for the fact that, it's sad. I got up at 11 o'clock, or got off work at 11 o'clock last night. Went upstairs, Raw was still on. So I watched the overrun because my DVR will only record 10 minutes past the hour for a series recording. So if I want to see all the overrun, because here lately they've been going past 11 minutes or 10 minutes after 11, I kind of have to watch the ass before the head. So I watched the overrun, and it was good. So I'm like, okay, I know how the contract ending kind of ends, because I did not see the axe handle get pulled out and all that. I walked in right as they were breaking Kane's leg, and the table was already tipped over or whatever, and Rollins was starting to run away. And so I watched that. It is now 11:15. So I go to the DVR and I start Raw over because I want to see the rest of the show. So I start Raw at 11:10. Opening segment was good. Fast forward through some filler. Watch the stuff with the Divas. Fast forward through Barrett and R-Truth's bullcrap. Fast forward through the New Day. Fast forward through the Primetime Players. Fast forward through the fucking whatever else, the tough enough shit. By the time I watched the key points of that show, all the Brock Lesnar and Kane and Rollins stuff, the NXT Divas stuff, the John Cena Cesaro stuff, Cesaro, Kevin Owens, Rusev stuff, which is really fucking good, by the way. That match was awesome. And that's another thing that really killed me about John Cena being a heel last night, is that he's sitting there the whole time telling you, these guys are in there fighting their asses off, and I'm going to be fresh. This is going to be a cakewalk for me. He was playing a heel last night, guys, whether you realize it or not. It was very subtle, but to me, that's heel work. If this was 10 years ago, John Cena that whole night would have been a heel. But anyway, I get through all that. I fast forward through my commercials. Fast forward through, whatever filler there is, and I get to the John Cena stuff. I watch that all the way through and fast forward through the commercials. When the DVR stops recording at 11:10, or it got to the 3 hour and 10 minute mark. When it got to that mark, it was 10 minutes after 1. So it started at 11:15, ended at 1:10. Took me 2 hours, or 1 hour, and 55 minutes to watch a 3 hour show. It's fucking sad. It's really sad. And I know it's not WWE's fault. USA asked for the 3rd hour, but come on. Come on. It took me 2 hours to watch a 3 hour show. That fast forward button got my money's worth last night. It shouldn't be like that. Not at all. I should want to stick around for the entire 3 hours. I shouldn't have to skip bullshit like the primetime players dancing with Mark Henry and King Barrett and everything and Truth pulling out his toga and Burger King crown and all that. And I'm just like, oh my God, no. And part of the reason is because while I was working, I was reading, in between calls or while I had customers on hold or whatever, I was reading the results of Raw, going, okay, I could skip this. I know it's what it is. I know I could skip this. I know I could skip that. Even if I hadn't read it, the second I saw R-Truth dancing out there with his little fucking stupid self, I would have went and fast forwarded anyway. I like R-Truth sometimes. His comedy was good. The thing a few weeks back where they were like, you're not even in this match. And he's like, man, that's my bad. Y'all be good. And we walked away. That was good. The shit they got going on with Wade Barrett proves once again that the King of the Ring is now useless. R-Truth with the primetime players, okay, that's alright, that fits. I actually liked seeing him doing the millions of dollars. That was good. But you don't need it. You could do stuff that's so much more epic and so much more story building, so much more story driven. Hell, you could have, I know at Battleground they're probably going to do it, but you could have put on there, you know what? You could have said, okay, we're going to have a 3-way, a triple threat match or a triangle match. You put Sasha Banks, Charlotte, and, let's see, maybe Brie Bella together. Or Nikki Bella. Brie Bella. Is she still injured? Does Brie even wrestle? Or even could have put him in there with Alicia Fox and it would have been good. I know at Battleground or SummerSlam they're building toward the whole big 9-man tag match or whatever, which is going to be good. I think it'll be okay if they give it time. But it should not take me. And the commercials do cut into that, okay? Because at least 15 minutes of every hour is commercials. But even still, 2 hours to watch a 3-hour show. Less than 2 hours. 1 hour and 55 minutes. If you put on the extra 5 minutes that they went over, because they did go to 11:15, if the DVR would have caught it, 2 hours to watch a 3-hour show. It's ridiculous. Absolute poppycock. Should not be that way. Talking about TNA now. Day 2 of the Please Resign Dixie campaign is going on. Hashtag Please Resign Dixie is what I'm going to use. I want to get that trending. Hashtag, I'll put it even down here at the bottom. Hashtag Please Resign Dixie. Or I'll even do hashtag Resign Dixie. I will use that. We're still waiting, Mrs. Carter. We're still waiting for your resignation. I'll even give you a pen and paper. Here, you want to write it down? This will not stop until you're gone, Dixie. We're sick and tired of you fucking up the wrestling business. We want competition in the wrestling business, but that's not competition. You realize WWE looks at you like you're a joke? Like you're nothing more than a fucking carnival? We want your resignation, effective immediately. Hashtag resign Dixie. It's day 2. And it will keep on. I will release daily videos if I have to until we win this war against you, Dixie Carter. I want you gone. I want you out of our wrestling business. It is just as much the fans' business as it is the workers. And all these workers out there going, I'm not a fan, I'm a wrestler. No, you're a fucking worker. You're a fucking goddamn fan too. You're a fan first and foremost, regardless of whether you're in the business or not. You have to be a fan of the business, otherwise you wouldn't want to be in it. The problem is that Dixie Carter, I don't think, was ever a fan of the wrestling business and probably didn't even know what the pro wrestling business was until she met Jarrett, and Jarrett persuaded her or screwed her enough times where she... I shouldn't say that. That ain't right. I retract that. I stand corrected on that because I know it probably didn't happen, but she didn't know fuck all about the wrestling business until she got in bed with Jeff Jarrett, and she still doesn't know fuck all about the wrestling business. This whole invasion thing that TNA's doing, like I said yesterday, she's doing it no more than the fact that she's just got to keep right up with the Joneses, and she wants to be able to say her company had a wrestling or had an invasion angle with the wrestling. Hashtag resign Dixie. Hashtag hostile takeover TNA. Somebody's got to do it. It's day 2, Dixie. As your theme song says, I'm not giving up. I'll go to day 5, day 10, 20, 30, 50, whatever it takes before you finally get it through your thick fucking skull that we don't want you here. You're Jim Herd for the new millennium and you don't belong. You've had 13 years to do, or 11 years to at least try to do a little bit of research and homework and learn how to book and learn what the business is all about. You haven't learned anything. You haven't learned shit. So Jim Hurt Jr., a.k.a. Dixie Carter, this is day 2. We're calling for, as wrestling fans everywhere, we're calling for your resignation. We want it effective immediately, and I will not stop this hashtag movement. I will not stop calling for it until we get what we want, which is, in a world where we protest every little thing, let's protest this. Let's protest something that's actually worth protesting. Let's fight for something that's actually worth fighting for. Hashtag resign Dixie. It's worth fighting for. Let's save our wrestling business. Hell, hashtag resign Vince, too. While we're at it. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Both of them deserve to be gone. Vince has a little bit of a background and does know how to promote and has been in the business his entire fucking life. He eats it, breathes it, sleeps it, whatever. I could get that. But Dixie Carter has no... She's Jim Herd Jr., guys. If you don't know who Jim Herd is, look him up on the internet. She deserves to be run out of town on a rail. She's burnt so many bridges. She's wasted so much talent. She's made people want to give up on themselves. Look what she did to Samoa Joe. That company, and the way she's let that company be booked, because okay, you can't blame Russo, you can't blame Bischoff, you can't blame Hogan, you can't blame Billy Corgan, you can't blame anybody. The head feeds the neck. And the head of this company is Dixie Carter. Just like the head of WWE is Vince McMahon. And what's worse is TNA doesn't have the whole publicly traded company thing to go behind. They're not a publicly traded company. They're private. They have no excuse. Hashtag resign Dixie. Let's get rid of something that's worth getting rid of. Let's fight for something that's worth fighting for. Let's take this to a new level. Hell, TNA fans, if you're a TNA fan and you're going to a show in Orlando, I implore you to do what they did when Hogan and Bischoff took over. Go to a show. Hell, you're getting in for free. Even if you're not getting in for free, let's chip out some money to something that's worth shelling out a little bit of money for in the long run. Go to these shows and turn your back on her. Go to these shows and chant crazy shit like resign Dixie. Let them know, let your voice be heard, because sooner or later they're going to have to start listening. Or hell, don't show up at all. Because without us fans, there is no business. Without us fans, there is no Dixie Carter. Without us fans, there is no TNA for her to fuck up. So maybe if we just stop coming, maybe if we just give up and stop coming to the damn shows, and people are going to go, well, Joe, it's not the workers' fault. They're just doing what they told, so we should go out and watch them. I agree with that a small little bit. Small bit. There's some truth to that, but maybe if you stop showing up, she'll finally get it in her head that she doesn't belong in this business. That's going to do it for me, guys. Again, hashtag resign Dixie. I want to see it trending. My name is Joe White. Thank you so much for watching and listening. And we'll see you down the road.